Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. Today's episode I've snuck into my local a day early because Dave's got in a heap of new stock. Thought I'd take you guys around, see if we can cherry pick out some pieces that I'll then leave till the end of the day on Saturday before taking home. Give all you guys at home a chance to buy these corals before I put them in my dream reef tank. Let's go check it out. Alright, so thank you for joining me on another episode of Parker's Reefs, and one question I get frequently, or not so much a question but more a statement, is people think that I cherry pick all of the best corals out of Deer Park Aquarium, when in fact it could not be further from the truth. Whilst I do get a little bit of a heads up sometimes with some of the crazy pieces coming in, I always give the corals there, and the fish as well, at least a full day's trade, more likely a couple days or a full week, before I'll then go, okay, it's meant to be, and take it home for myself. I often go around the store when I get there first thing on a Saturday morning, have a look, and I find about 30 pieces that I'd love to take home. Now, financially and also real estate wise, I just cannot take that many pieces home every week. It's more like one or two that I can pick up. So I pick out 20 or 30 pieces every week and see how many of them are there at the end of the day Saturday, and they're the ones that are obviously meant to be. So I figured today I had the day off. I'll take you in on a Friday. We'll have a look at all of the new corals just hours after they've been unboxed. Give you the opportunity to see all these corals before I leave them all day Saturday. If some of these crazy pieces are still there at the end of the day Saturday, I will be taking them home. So let's roll the footage and see which ones you think would be the best. All right, let's pop in store. Dave does have a heap of dry goods and fish in stock as well at the moment. I'm not even going to touch on those because there's so many corals in store at the moment. The poor guy's been here till midnight the last couple of nights in a row, unboxing a huge number of boxes. In fact, he's got boxes out the front that are getting taken by the local businesses as well. If you need some phone boxes, go for gold. But let's jump in and check out these corals, give you guys the chance to take them home before I take them home myself. All right, let's start the tour off here with the torch tank, because the torches are an absolute showpiece at Deer Park Aquarium at the moment. There's such a ridiculous assortment for all budgets, all colors, all tastes. We've got a holy grail down in the corner here that the yellow is really starting to come through on those stems there. There's an assortment of golds from blue tips, mint tips, teal tips, and then there's this absolutely ridiculous piece here, which you can see is not a gold. There's golds around it. It is a banana yellow with green in the heart of it that is bleeding up on the stems. Absolutely beautiful piece. There's some dark green, some hulks, some toxic green sort of hulks. There's some rasters. There's this huge showpiece green piece up there. Just you name it, there's all sorts of torches here that are absolutely, well, I'm basically lost for words, which is very unusual, particularly on my own channel. I'll get the DSLR out now so you can have a look, because I really want to show you this crazy piece here. We're desperately waiting for it to open up a little bit more just so we can really show off the green. You can see it starting to come through on the stems there. Such a crazy piece, and it just makes your everyday, well, not your everyday, but it makes gold torches that would be a showpiece look almost second rate. It's just a cracking torch. But we're not just here to look at torches, tempting as it is, because Dave has absolutely filled to the brim his SBS tanks, and I'll do the same thing here. I'll give you a quick overview with my phone, and then we'll grab the DSLR out, because man, there's some pieces that I want to take home here, but as promised, I will leave them all. I'm not going to take a single piece until at least the end of the day Saturday. Some of the yellows, the tabling pinks, some of the tricolors in here are absolutely ridiculous. In fact, let's grab that DSLR out now, because nothing looks better than top-down SBS. When you see some of the colors of these pieces here, then just remember these guys are just settling in, so they're going to color up even more. The color's probably going to get a lot more richer in the aquarium, but have a look at this yellow piece here. It's so bright. I would expect that to darken up a little bit, but what a stunning piece. Have a look at the color variations here. We've got pinks and peaches and purples. Really nice coralites, really long, smooth coralites on that piece there. We've got some really nice pale with some rose-coloured coralites on that one there. Coming up to this super bright green piece here. I know people often turn their nose up at green SBS, but nothing's brighter than green in the aquarium, and when you get a really bright green piece like that, it's hard to say no to. There's some blue stag there. I would almost bet my manhood that won't be there by the time Saturday end of business comes, because they have been selling super quick. But look at this piece here, absolutely beautiful. It's got golds and purples and teals in it. Stunning, stunning piece. And I quite like this one here too. I know it is sort of a variation of green, but look at the blue tips on it there and the yellowish correlates. Even this red guy here, I believe he's been there a little while, but the red's really baking into him. Got some nice Montipora back there. I think there's a few more pieces of that as we go into the other systems. Have a look at this one here. It's a pink and blue. It looks like it's going to come through. We've got a brown out here. I think Dave's doing the brown outs for $10 or $15 each. So if you're looking to dip your toe into the water with SBS, you can try something that's already on the process to adapting to aquarium life. Got a nice tabling pink there. Another brown out there. Check out this piece to the left here. It's got a little Favia growing on it, a little Montipora with a little Favia hitchhiker. Got some nice pieces here, and have a look at the polyp extension on this guy here. He's just sitting there loving life, and why not? Good luck to him. Have a look what's down here on the base. Got a couple of frags here. There's some Western Australia and blue and green hairy acros there. You see some nice red Montipora. To the right there, we can see a little bit of a yellowish tenuous, I believe it is. There's a branching Cephastria frag there. We can see a nice pink millie or spath there. This piece here's got some real interesting color. The blues, the greens, the pinks on it. A slightly darker green, smoothish skin. A piece there that looks like a variant on a strawberry shortcake. This piece here, a little bit of a tricolor going on. That's one that I will take home if it's still there. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice blue acro frag there. We've got some strawberry shortcake variants there. A super toxic green piece there. That thing is very, very bright, and you'll see it in your aquarium from across the room. There are some more branching Cephastria frags there. Those things were absolutely rare as anything, but another tricolor here. I don't know if it's the same as the previous one, but I love the variations on it. That pale skin with the really dark purple correlates. Absolutely stunning piece in my book. Got some red cap frag there. We got this interesting piece here. I quite like the look of that. Look at the colors on that. Smoothish skin with greens and whites and purples on it. Absolutely beautiful pieces, but the show must go on because there's even more coral to show. From these gorgeous, gorgeous Elegance down the base here to some more SBS that has leaked its way into this tank. These are probably some of my favorite SBS that Dave has in at the moment. And again, all $45 except for the Cherry Tree Montipora frag there in the middle. He is a little bit premium, but have a look at the purples and greens and pinks and highlight yellows, all sorts of craziness there. I've got the DSLR out here so you can have a slightly better look. Some of these pieces are just absolutely to die for. And again, all a good size. These are not frags. These are small colonies that you could easily cut up to get a few frags out of, or split into two easily to pop in two different sections of your tank so you can see which one is going to give you the best coloration and growth pattern to see, or just split your odds of keeping it growing and thriving as well as possible. The Elegance in store at the moment are absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy to see Elegance making a little bit of a surge in Australian reef keeping, because they're a beautiful coral that does not get as much credit as it probably should deserve. But we should move on to the final SBS tank here, because there are equally as many nice pieces in here. There's some more of that beautiful tabling pink there. A huge assortment of different Montiporas here, from a Danae to a chili pepper to a red to a blue there. Absolutely beautiful pieces. And then there's these really nice, I'll never know whether they're millie or spath, but there's some blues and teals and some pinks coming down here. There's some more of the pink there. There's that blue back there with the super hairy polyps, which I quite like the look of. And some more of those pinks there that I'm pretty sure I've got some of that in my tank already, and it goes very bright pink with very, very bright yellow tips. So super contrasting colors there. We've got some branching Cephastria pieces there, some more of that millie or spath. There's some purples, there's some highlighter yellows, there's some ultra bright greens. We should move on to the next tank because, believe it or not, there's actually more torch, some excess gold torch, including some very, very bright yellows are up in this system here, as well as some of the brown stems with yellow tips to give you a really nice contrast. There's a big piece of that Monty Danae and a few really nice deshies here. I love this little red one that's been in store for a number of weeks. And of course, that master grade deshi up the top there. The mouth on it's actually starting to get a bit of color on it, which is absolutely crazy. And then just hiding down here in the corner is this simply gorgeous Wilsoni. There's some more basic deshies down here, super bright red Goni, a dark red Bernardapora. Really nice assortment of recordias, and then some really tasty chalice. When you have a look at these in person, the colors are absolutely off the charts, from gold with blue streaks to gold with red streaks, and an assortment. In fact, if you have a look here with the DSLR, you get a little bit better idea of the color. They're just beautiful pieces, and I'd love to see them fully grown out. And I feel like the recordias show their colors a little bit better on the DSLR as well. You've got these nice solid reds, you've got your orange with the grey rim, you've got the slightly cheaper green with some blue or grey splashes through it, a couple of different varieties of those. The solid orange there is quite nice, and you can see that Bernard Apora at the back there. Super interesting colour on those. I haven't seen one that colour before, so that's one for the collectors. Then you've got the bright red Goni, some basic Deshies, and yeah, I don't know what else I can say about that Deshi. He's an absolute stunner. Such a unique coral to this part of the world, and I absolutely love seeing them. But it's not all about crazy high-end stuff. This is a $60 tank here, and there's some big pieces in here. Some of the Lobos and Acans in here for $60 a piece are just absolute steals. You want to create a nice little Acan garden, you can pick up a few of these pieces for an absolute steal. Coming on down here, we've got some Cynarias, these gorgeous orange spotted morphs in the $60 tank are one for the collectors as well, I think. There's some sun corals, which have been making a bit of a comeback of late, and a few nice leathers and pavonas. Heading on over to our next tank. This one is a $60 tank as well. Some nice Lobos and pieces in here, some more basic hammers as well. There's some leathers there that are just having a little bit of a sulk. There are a couple of Fireworks Clove polyp frags in there. And what do we got up the top? We've got some Duncans there. We've got a nice Heliofungia. Check out these two chalice. You've got a really nice orange chalice. It's not a gold, but it's orange, a red. We've got some other bits and pieces there, a couple of NQR Scollies for those who want to put the time and effort into bringing them back. I did just want to show you quickly in this tank because there's some captive bred sexy shrimp in here, which are absolutely gorgeous. You see them dancing away all day long. Super cool little dudes. You see a few of them in this tank. There's a really nice few mini maxis in this tank, as well as some super cool Rhodactis and a forest fire nem as well. But I did promise we were going to talk about corals, so let's have a look at the Scollies in here. A good assortment of some very nice Scollies indeed. I haven't seen a lot of Scollies of late. I think it is something to do with the collection at the moment, but there's a nice assortment there, along with some absolutely cracking hammers. There's a really nice Showpiece Pectinia in there, and then have a look at this, I'm going to call it a yellow hammer. It's not the yellowest I've ever seen in my life, but it's definitely not green, it's definitely not gold, so let's go with yellow. That thing's absolutely massive. See another nice Wilsona there, a great collection of Goniapora as well, and a really nice red Cinaria. Over into this tank, we've got some green Cinarias, we've got some button Scollies, we've got some nice chalice. I really like that Favia there, the green and yellow with red splashes. Some of the more premium Acans in here. There's a couple in there with some real nice orange and green splashes through them. We've got some more of your basic hammers there, which are still very nice in my opinion, but if your budget doesn't quite stretch as far as the ultra ones. Over in this system here, we can see we've got some really nice Blastos and Gonies down here. In fact, beautiful assortment of Blastos there. I don't normally see that many varieties of Blasto in one place. Some of the more basic torches here, the hammers, sorry, these ones are quite large, but still very nice pieces indeed. And then on to our final system of the tour, we've got some more Scollies, we've got some Rhodactis, we've got some really cool chalice pieces here. There's some of the chalice up the top are probably my favorite in this one. We've got this red and blue here. Check out those red Bower Bankies is the word I'm looking for. We've got some nice hammers. Big Bower Banky up the top here, but have a look at the red chalice here with yellow eyes. Beautiful piece. Really nice Pectinia next to it as well. And I think that is just about all the coral. I did say I wasn't going to look at any fish, but when I saw this little frogfish there, I could not help but give him a quick little mention, because this dude's barely bigger than a trochus snail, and he's just floating about. If you have a small little predator system, I cannot imagine not adding him to your tank, because he is just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Alright guys, there you have it. That is the little sneak peek of the corals that are available, at least at the time of filming, and I did only film this a few hours before releasing this video on a Saturday morning. I will be working at Deer Park Aquarium all day today, Saturday, so if you want to come in, have a look at some of these corals in person and put some into your dream reef tank, I'll be there and be more than happy to help you guys out. Other than that, if you've got any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to pop in the comment section down below. I do personally reply to each and every comment there. Other than that, guys, till next time, stay safe, keep reefing. Cheers, bye.